You know that person who says it's just another day when their birthday comes? No party, no countdown, no big plans. Maybe they even forget it's their birthday until someone at work says, "Hey, happy birthday," and they smile like, "Oh, yeah, that's today." Have you noticed how some people get uncomfortable when the attention turns toward them? Like they'd rather blend into the background than sit under a spotlight, even for one day. Here's the surprising part. For many of them, it's not that they don't care, it's that somewhere along the way, they learned not to expect too much from moments that are supposed to be special. Not because they're cold, but because hoping too hard once hurt more than they want to admit. And when you see it that way, it feels different, doesn't it? Like, oh, maybe it's not about being boring, maybe it's about being careful with the heart. Let me tell you about someone like this. It's their birthday morning. The alarm goes off, same routine, shower, coffee, phone in hand. No balloons, no surprise, no dramatic plans. They scroll through messages, a few happy birthday texts pop up, and they smile, genuinely grateful, but they don't post about it. They don't make it a big deal. Later, when friends ask, "So what are you doing tonight?" they say, "Nothing much, just chilling," and they really mean it. At work, someone brings cupcakes. Everyone sings that awkward song. They laugh, they clap, they even blush a little, but inside, there's this quiet thought, okay, let's get this over with. Not because they hate joy, but because being the center of attention feels heavy. Now think about family birthdays. Maybe when they were younger, birthdays were complicated. Maybe people were busy. Maybe promises were broken. Maybe they learned early that special days don't always turn out special. So they adjusted. They lowered the volume on expectations. Psychologists sometimes talk about something very simple. When you stop expecting, you stop being disappointed. Not in a dramatic way, just in a quiet, practical, survival kind of way. So instead of hoping for magic, they choose calm. Instead of waiting for others to make the day special, they make it small and safe. Here's another little scene. Someone offers to throw them a party, and they say, "No, it's fine, really." But the truth is, it's not just about not liking parties. It's about not wanting to feel that weird mix of happiness and pressure at the same time. Not wanting to worry if people are enjoying themselves. Not wanting to feel like they owe everyone a perfect mood. They're strong like that, independent, low maintenance, easygoing. But they're also sensitive. They feel things deeply. They just don't always show it where everyone can see. And that's the contradiction, right? They look calm, but inside, emotions move quietly and slowly, like deep water. Not loud waves, just heavy currents. Have you ever felt that? Like you don't want a big celebration, but you also don't want to feel invisible either? If that's you, I want you to tell me in the comments. And tell me your age too, because I'm curious, does this feeling change as we grow older? For some people, birthdays remind them of time. Another year, another list of things not done yet, dreams delayed, paths not taken. So instead of balloons, they think about questions like, am I where I thought I would be by now? And that can turn a happy day into a quiet, thoughtful one. Others treat their birthday like a normal day because they don't like feeling dependent on others for happiness. They learn to celebrate themselves in small ways, a favorite meal, a long walk, a movie alone at night. They don't need a crowd to feel okay. But sometimes they wish someone would insist, not with pressure, just with care. There's often a hidden story behind this calm behavior. Maybe they grew up being the strong one, the one who didn't ask for much, the one who didn't want to cause trouble. So they became really good at saying, "It's fine," even when something inside whispers, "It would be nice if someone remembered," without being told. And that's the part people don't see. Because from the outside, it looks like confidence, like emotional maturity, like, wow, this person doesn't need validation. But inside, it can also be quiet self-protection, a soft armor that says, if I don't expect, I can't be let down. Strong, but still human. Independent, but still wanting connection. There's also something else. Some people don't celebrate because they don't feel comfortable being seen, truly seen.
Being celebrated means being noticed, and being noticed can feel risky when you're used to keeping your feelings private. It's safer to be normal, to be invisible, to pass through the day without asking the world to look at you. But here's what I find beautiful about these people. They often remember other people's birthdays. They show up quietly, they give thoughtful gifts, they send long messages, they make others feel important in ways they rarely ask for themselves. Isn't that interesting? They may not want a spotlight, but they know exactly how to light up someone else's day. And that usually comes from experience, from knowing how much small kindness can matter. Sometimes behind the calm birthday behavior, there's also grief. Not always about death. Sometimes it's about lost versions of themselves. The child who expected more, the teenager who thought life would look different by now. Birthdays can bring those thoughts quietly to the surface. So instead of celebrating loudly, they keep the day gentle, manageable, emotionally safe. If you relate to this, you're not strange, you're not cold, you're not ungrateful. You're someone who learned how to protect your heart in subtle ways. But here's the part I really want you to hear. Just because you don't ask for a celebration doesn't mean you don't deserve one. Just because you're okay being alone doesn't mean you don't deserve to be chosen. And growth for people like this often looks like learning to receive. Not big parties, just small moments of letting someone care without pushing them away. Maybe it's saying yes to a simple dinner. Maybe it's letting someone plan something small. Maybe it's admitting, yeah, it would be nice. That's not a weakness, that's trust. Over time, many of these people become emotionally deep, empathetic, good listeners, the kind of friends who understand silence, because they've spent so much time listening to their own quiet. Their survival turned into wisdom, their caution turned into emotional intelligence, their small expectations turned into appreciation for tiny joys. A cup of tea, a message from someone far away, a calm night where nothing goes wrong. They may not celebrate with fireworks, but they know how to sit with peaceful light. So if you're someone who treats your birthday like a normal day, I want to ask you something. Do you really not care? Or did you just learn to stop asking? And if you're watching this and you love someone like this, maybe the one who says, "Don't do anything for my birthday," maybe understand that what they want is not a big show. It's a simple presence. It's remembering. It's choosing them quietly. By the way, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And do you like celebrating your birthday, or do you keep it low-key too? I read your comments and I really want to know your stories. In the end, these people are like lighthouses that don't spin or flash wildly. They stand still, they shine softly, not to be admired, but to guide, to survive, to stay steady on long nights. They don't ask the ocean to clap for them, they just keep glowing. And maybe, just maybe, one day, they'll learn that it's okay to let the light fall on them too. If this video felt like it was talking about you or someone you love, maybe stay here a little longer. There are more stories like this on this channel, more quiet feelings, more late-night thoughts. You can subscribe if you want to keep listening together. And before you go, tell me your age and your country in the comments. I really want to see how far these quiet stories